23.168, so about 140k off those. But check this one out, guys. I just want to show you something really quick. So we bought 2,000 green D hides for 1561 each, and check out what I just sold them for. 1830. That is a huge margin for an item that's just under 2,000 GP. 3642. Look at this profit. That is nuts. 3.5 years ago, I released my most popular video ever, overnight bot dump flipping, and the premise of the video was very, very simple. You buy a huge amount of resources that bots dump overnight, and then you sell them in the morning for profit. Easy. A bot dump pretty much means that at off-peak hours in the game, so at a time when it's very late in the US and very, very early in Europe, so pretty much the time where the least amount of players are online, bots will dump all the resources into the Grand Exchange that they have botted, greatly decreasing the prices of the items on the market at that time, which means that lowball offers are more likely to buy. Bots dump at this time because, like I said earlier, there are less players online, and the chance of them getting banned because there's hopefully no JMods online is a lot less likely. So when you lowball these offers overnight, the chances of you getting these items for very cheap is a lot more likely, and then when you wake up, you can then sell them for their normal price because the market value is kind of back to normal, and then you end up making more profit off of these lowball offers than you ever would during the day, let's say. Now, in my original video, by the way, this video is less than 7,000 views away from 1 million, so if you guys, want to help a boy out by getting it to 1 million, I'll leave a link in the description to the video. You guys can comment like, hey, now you're congrats on 1 million, and then, we can all celebrate with, pancakes or something. Now, in that original video, I ended up making about 3 million GP overnight on back-to-back nights doing this, and this got me very excited because for spending about 5 minutes putting my offers in every night and then waking up and then selling them for the original price, I was making like the price of half a bond these days, or the price of, I guess, technically a full bond a couple of years ago, just simply by doing these offers overnight. Now, here's the only thing. Whether this was actually a bot dump or whether this was me just making money because I left the offers in for so long that they eventually bought, I'm not totally sure. This is all speculation. If you guys really want to know anything about botting and bot dumping, just ask Sir Pugger. He seems to have it all figured out. I ended up releasing a total of 3 videos covering all of these bot dumps, and in every single video I actually end up making profit. So I'm going to try it again, except this time 3.5 years later after the original video, and we're going to see what's changed with the prices of the different items, and then we're going to see if we can still make some profit. Let's see how it goes. This time, of course, we have a bit more GP though. We have the 200 million GP in our inventory as opposed to the around 55 million GP we used last time. That being said, we're still going to use the exact same items. We're still going to buy the exact same items, not necessarily for the same price because prices have changed quite a bit over these past 3.5 years. I just want to throw something kind of funny in this video really quick. If you guys examine your cash stack when you're outside of the Grand Exchange inventory, it has no commas. And when you open up the GE and examine it, it has commas. So the game is completely unplayable.
Valve, please fix.
So the first thing we're going to buy are nature runes. And back then, I bought the nature runes for 297 GP. However, right now it looks like they're going for around 216. But what you would do, obviously, is you bump up the price about 10%, up to 237. They're going to buy instantly. So our buy price is 217 GP. So I'm going to put that in my inventory. And then I just sell the nature rune right back, 10% down, and this sells for 216 GP. So the profit margin on these nature runes is very cheap. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy some nature runes for super cheap. We're just going to, let's say, do 210 GP. Actually, let's make it 207. I'm feeling risky today. Next up is raw lobsters. Raw lobsters back then, I had a buy price of 191 GP. However, right now the price of raw lobsters is quite a bit lower. So let's see what they buy for, 10% up. And they're not buying. Okay, raw lobsters are expensive apparently. Let's try to buy them for 15% up. How about 15? Okay, there we go. So 158 is what we bought it for. We're going to sell it for 10% down, and it's going to have a 155 sell price. 155 GP. We're going to go for 150. And we'll buy double the buy price, so we're going to buy 30,000 of those. Raw sharks are up next. Raw sharks were a lot more expensive back then, but they're still hovering around 950 GP, so I'm sure these are going to buy for 10%. They have to. 1,000. Oh, okay, so they're actually a bit more expensive than I thought they'd be. 1,028. So the prices have actually kind of stayed the same as they were 3.5 years ago for these raw sharks, so 1,028. I think these should have a decent margin. Okay, it's okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy these raw sharks for, we're going to do 1,000 and let's do 9 GP. And we're going to buy double the buy price, 30k, so 30 million on these raw sharks. U-Logs up next at 380. Oh, wow. Okay, U-Logs are a lot cheaper. Back then I had the buy price at 385. Right now, they're going for around 200 GP. So, but it's okay. Honestly, for these cheap items, the margins aren't that much because you're buying in such a big amount of bulk that you'll make profit either way. For the U-Logs and 24k, double the buy price, and those are done. Green Dragonhide up next. Back then, they were 1747 for the buy price. Sorry, 1797. And right now, they're going for around 1600. So let's see what we got. 1558 is what we bought it for. So let's put that in the inventory. 1558, and then 1555. We'll do this one a bit lower. Let's do 1530. Let's get a bit freaky. What do you guys think? 1530 buy price, and we're gonna do double the buy price in the Grand Exchange, 26k. 40 million GP in Green Dragonhides. And finally, we have the probably most expensive one, which is going to be Red Chinchompas. Red Chinchompas back then, I had a buy price of 1650, and it looks like 3.5 years later, we're pretty much at the exact same price. 10% up, the buy price is going to be 1670, so a bit more expensive actually. And Chinchompas usually have an okay margin, 1640, because 1670, and it's a pretty good margin, 1670 and then 1641. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy these a little bit cheaper. Let's do 1620 for these. I'm feeling 1620. We're going to do 14,000 of those. So we're just going to actually add a couple new items this time. Let's throw in the Zulrah scales, which is apparently, Zulrah bots galore. We shouldn't have a big time or hard time selling these, and then 213. So margins only 2 GP, but like I said, we're going to drop it down a bit. We're going to go down to 208 and then buy 60,000 of them. So that'll add up to a nice amount. And I don't think this would be an overnight bot tub flipping video if we didn't, of course, include Wines of Zami. Wines of Zami are probably botted on free-to-play and pay-to-play worlds. In fact, I know they are. Let's do Wine of Zami. Let's go ahead and do, let's do 1795. We're going to go a bit lower on this one. And we officially now have over 150 million GP worth of offers. Hopefully they sell overnight. Alright, first time logging in since overnight, 9 hours and 30 minutes ago. Please, I beg you, let me see some finished Grand Exchange offers. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, this is my Iron Man. There we go. There's the main account. Come on, baby. Okay. I see something in the game filter. Bank pin. Okay. Well, this, Well, we bought the sharks. We're going to have to abort all these offers. I'm actually kind of surprised that not at least a couple things didn't buy from the other things. Maybe the prices weren't what I should have put them at, but we have the 30,000 sharks, so I mean, that's a positive. We can still profit off of this. So the sharks are currently buying for 1,022 GP, selling for 1,010. It's actually an okay margin. So what we're going to do is we're just going to sell the sharks for 1,021. Which should make us a little bit of profit, but we'll have to wait for all of them to sell, and then we'll see after that. At least we got the raw sharks to sell. 30,000 sold, so we did make some profit overnight, technically. If we're looking at the amount we made, hey, we made 359,921 GP overnight just doing raw sharks. Right? That's pretty awesome. I mean, free 350k, so hey, I'm pretty disappointed that we only managed to get the raw sharks to buy and sell, so I'm going to try this again tonight on the second night and see if it makes any difference. I'm going to have the same offers in for these same items. It might vary a bit with how much I'm buying and selling them for, but we're going to get this to work. Let's try day 2. We're not going to make the buy prices as low this time, so hopefully we can actually buy more. So we spent a lot of money this time, almost the entire 200 million GP. The big one this time is we're going to switch over from doing Zulrah scales to Runite ore, which I think makes a bit more sense. The Wine of Zami's offer actually already has bought us some, and the raw lobsters, and the green dragonhide. Okay, so this time some of them are immediately buying, which I hope is a good thing, though part of me thinks that's not a good thing. Maybe I made okay, there we go. Okay, so we're going to leave this overnight again, and we're going to see if we manage to sell everything, or at least get some more things this time, and see if we can make some more profit. So, we'll see. All right, next morning is here, and the GE offers are, yes, thank God. They are looking so much better than yesterday. The Runite ore completely bought. The U-Logs are still not a single one bought. Nature Runes, again, also not a single one, but we finally have some... Wait, why are these so close to finishing? Oh, that's because the buy offer, I bought one. That's funny, actually. So everything actually bought. Every single thing bought here, which is amazing. Green Dehides didn't, but everything else we had was a success. So that makes me happy because that means I can hopefully make a much better profit off this next one. So what we're going to do now is going to go through all these offers, set their correct sell price, and we'll see how much we made. All right, so 3 things immediately sold. The red chins, which we made 23.306 mil off of after spending 23.168, so about 140k off those. But check this one out, guys. I just want to show you something really quick. So we bought 2,000 green D hides for 1561 each, and check out what I just sold them for. 1830. That is a huge margin for an item that's just under 2,000 GP. 3642. Look at this profit. That is nuts. 3098. That is 600k profit off just a simple 1985 green D hides. That is crazy. I wonder what happened there. That is super weird. I bought them for so low overnight, and then the price went up by over 300 GP. Like, that's weird. That's weird. There's some conspiracy stuff right there. Or the bots actually dumped their items. The raw sharks also sold again. These seem to be a pretty good item. 30,777,000 GP off those. Bought them for 30.688, so about 100k profit off those, and now we have to wait for the rest of our stuff to sell. Finally finished selling the Runite ore, and I finally finished selling the raw lobsters and wine of Zammies. Now the thing is, while I did make profit off of these wine of Zammies, I had to sell these back for 1826, which is what I bought them for. Still made profit off the Runite ore. However, what I did lose money on are the raw lobsters. I had to sell them for 154 each, and I originally bought them for, let's see, 176 each. So that was actually, that's a bad thing. I have to show this one. I gotta be honest. I lost like 20 GP per lobster, which is actually kind of big for 30,000 lobsters. So that's not good. We're gonna collect everything and see how much we're up to. So that means we are now at a 200,968,000 cash tag. So hey, we're still almost 1 million GP up off of all this, but that lobster thing kind of sucked. 4979. Oh yeah, we lost like 300k off the lobsters. If we had actually made profit off of those, we would have been over a million GP profit. So that sucks. But as I mentioned earlier, the Runite ore 49524. And then we had 49477. So unfortunately, that was only like 50k profit. But hey, profit's profit. If we combine the prices of what we sold the wine of Zammies for, we're up to 40,256,167 GP. And we bought them for 4170. So about 80k profit off those. So after 2 nights, we have made about 968k profit off these items that I flipped back in the day. Now, back in 2016, I was making a couple million GP per night. So while the profit isn't as absurd as it was back then, it's still profit. All right, and the final morning is now here. Let's see if we managed to buy some stuff. Oh, okay, it's on. Okay. Well, something's bought. Great, this looks so much better than anything else I've done so far. So every single thing managed to buy, except for the white berries. So the white berries were a fail, but every other thing, even the new offers of Dragon Bones and Air Orbs all bought. So phenomenal, that is awesome. Let's go ahead and abort these offers, and we're gonna resell this and see how much we make. After about 20 minutes, we still pretty much managed to sell everything except for the Dragon Bones and Green Dragon Hide, so I might have to lower the offers on these a little bit just so I can finish selling them, but everything else managed to sell, which is great. So we did have to take a loss on a couple of things. For example, I had to sell back the Green Dragon Hide for the price I bought them for, and then they weren't selling anymore, so I had to sell them for a bit lower, but based off all the profit we made off the stuff up here, check out the GP, check out the cash stack. 203,291,268 GP, which means we made about 2 million GP overnight on this flip, which is exactly what I wanted, exactly how we did it 3.5 years ago. And tonight was the night we managed to sell it back for a lot higher and actually make some nice profit. Even though we didn't make maybe as much as we did 3.5 years ago, we still managed to make over 3.2 million GP profit off just spending like 5 to 10 minutes overnight putting in these really lowball offers and then selling them for higher for most of the items when I wake up. And man, I'm telling you guys, that is easy money. That is honestly easy money. Now, whether or not this is actually an overnight bot dump flip or the fact that I'm getting lucky with these offers, I don't know. You guys can take it how you will. If you guys enjoyed this video though, I'd really appreciate a like and a comment. Let me know what you guys think of overnight bot dump flipping. Do you enjoy it? Do you guys want to see a part 5 sometime? Thank you guys all again for watching. Hope to see you next time. Have a good one and peace. Oh, and happy Thanksgiving.